Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you guys had a fantastic day. Just here to go over the markets just one more time. So obviously today, huge, big engulfing candle, right? The biggest thing you notice here, obviously this whole time we were holding this daily this daily inverse. So I mean, obviously that held here. The next thing I noticed is this right here. This would be your daily order block now. Now that we have closed above here, plus taking all these highs, we finally got our CPI highs today. So that's a fantastic thing. Finally ran this nice LRL out here on the daily. I do think we're headed up higher. Obviously, the displacement. See how far we've already gone above these daily highs. I think it's pretty obvious that we're headed up to 17,166 now. So I think that's going to be our next target going into tomorrow. But I mean, anything's possible, right? We could get some kind of pull back down to this daily order block down into 982, maybe some kind of like 4 hour 50% retracement or something before we go higher. Anything's possible. So let's have to see what the hourly chart 4 hour looks like. See if maybe there's a pullback coming first. But I do think the end target here is up to 17,166. It just makes sense here. So that's NQ. Let's look at the 4 hour here. Obviously, the 4 hour today is just this huge, all of these huge candles. The downturn today did give us a 4 hour order block down here to pair with that daily as well. So let's look at one more thing. So today, when we started to get our downturn, right, I was like, well, we need to look at our 50% retracement here, because obviously, like, well, I guess we would have drew it from here. So our 50% was down here at like 16,871 or so. I guess, sorry, we would have drew it from here, because this candle right here would have been your swing high. So like I mentioned, I was like, we could either come down to 16,900 here, or maybe we come down, we tap into this 4 hour FEG. And then we go higher, hit 50%. We didn't hit 50%, and I'll show you why in a second. We didn't hit 50%. I'll just show you now while we're talking about it. If we go to ES, you'll see ES here had its 4 hour, and if you draw ES and its 4 hour, at the time ES was down here. This would have been the swing high. You notice ES, right? ES came down, just wicked 50%, hit this 4 hour FEG. 4 hour order block here, and then obviously it goes back higher. Remember, as long as one hits 50% or like a big FEG like this, it means that NQ doesn't have to. Even though NQ got close to this 4 hour and didn't hit 50%, ES did, and that's what brought the markets up. It's why it's so important you pay attention to both. So I mean, that's pretty much what happened, right? But that tells us. So as soon as like we dumped here, and then we retrace back up and we take a new high of day, what's that tell us? That tells us that the draw is obviously higher, right? We didn't go all the way down 50%, or in this case, just above 50%, just to go back up, take high of day, and then dump back down, right? So it means like we came back up for a reason. That reason is because we have higher liquidity that the market, the algorithm is after, because we don't just come back, take high of day, and then go above, clear back down to a low of day. It just tells us this is the main target that we're looking for going into tomorrow. Let's look at the hourly. So remember last night, we'll go over my bias from last night. Last night was pretty obvious, right? Well, first of all, remember yesterday the big thing yesterday I mentioned was this was extremely bullish, right? On the daily yesterday we had hit, this would have been your swing high. Remember yesterday in the daily, you guys all know this, because I always preach my 50% retracements. But this is extremely bullish. When you get a reaction like that, it told us today we were most likely going to go right back up and take these highs. Exactly what happened, and then based on that, we knew we had to watch this. So this was going into close yesterday. This was our Asia range today, kind of like a distribution consolidation phase. And then London just started to expand, and then obviously New York session just continued that. I mentioned if we close above this hourly, I thought our first target would be up here at 981, because we have these nice hourly highs. Then the same thing happened on ES, right? On ES we were watching this hourly, closed above. We never got the retest on that ES. Remember, we had these nice equal highs here on the hourly, and then we had nice equal highs up here as well. So pretty much these highs and these highs are the same on NQ and ES. So I thought we would probably draw up to a 980. We got 980 very early this morning. We hit 980 before New York even opened, and then after that, and we started to displace above. Obviously, we went up, took all of our highs to include finally our CPI high up here at that 1756 that we felt like we were never going to get. Let's go over a couple small trades today. So the biggest thing I wanted to point out was, where was it? So obviously today we had jobless claims, right? We had data low got swept here, data high got swept here. Took a long into open based off of this right here. So this was the play from open, right? We closed above, we took a long right here. We never closed back below, and we waited for open, and we obviously then delivered up to our target up to 1740, which would be our data highs. So we got this at like 910. So obviously just before open, we got the inverse, the retest. We never closed below, so we held through open. A little risky, but we had confidence that the draw was up, right? We knew we had CPI data highs a little bit higher at 1756, and then we knew we had jobless data highs, which we know are always a draw as well, up here at 1745-ish. And then, so obviously that play worked out great. We held a runner for CPI data highs, but you see it came back down first, it stopped us out at break even prior. And then let's see here. One more thing I wanted to point out here. So obviously we had the inverse here, but look at this. If you draw your swing low to swing high, what do you notice? We come down 50% and then we go deliver. So we caught it a little bit higher up here, wrote it down. We took some drawdown just for a 50%, and then obviously right back higher. And then you see, what else do we see today? We had there's another 50% I wanted to show you. It was right, so it was right here, I believe. So be your swing low. Oops, wrong thing. This would have been after open when we were continued to pump. Boom, boom, 50% lines up with a breaker here. Order blocks. There's no real FEGs there. I think there might have been a 15. So there was a 15-minute here. So that's what I was going to point out. It was a 15-minute. So 50%. This looks cleaner on the 5-minute if you draw the thing, but I'll show you on the 15 because the 15 is why we bounce, right? All we did was we obviously wanted to deliver higher up to the 102 level. We came back down 50%. There you got a 15-minute order block sitting here. Let's see. You see how price holds it perfectly, right? Like right to the tick hit. So all in this down move, we hit 50%. We hit a 15-minute OB, and we hit a 15-minute FVG. So we have reason to long again as long as this 15 holds. If this inverses, then we know we're probably coming down here, right? So that's what I was paying attention to, and I was still leaning bullish going up into this high. I thought we would deliver higher. Really strange why we rejected there, but this is so. As soon as we get like a candle like this, my mind immediately shifts to, okay, where is liquidity sitting here on the where's possible liquidity sitting here on the 15-minute chart? You always want to go to your 15-minute chart. Where's your like smooth lows? Like, so you see, like even if we go down to a 5-minute here, you notice on the 5-minute it's even clean. It shows even more. You have low here, you have lows here. Obviously these got swept, but you have these lows here, you have these lows. There's going to be a ton of liquidity sitting down here, right? Look where the market goes. So you get strong displacement down. We close below here. This would be your market structure shift on the 5-minute. We didn't get this would have been a good short if we came back up into this 5-minute here. This would have been a very good short. But you see, we never get we retraced back up into it. Instead, we deliver down here. We take all these stops out. Market bounces from almost the 4-hour FVG, and then obviously this is where ES hit the 50% on the 4-hour, and then we go back up. So then we know coming back up, Obviously, this would have been a fantastic 5 minute to take. I did not see this. I'm just looking at it now. But if anybody did take this, this was a great 5 minute to take, at least up to this high, because I think this high was this was the 15 minute. So you see how you got the 15 minute FVG here, right? So obviously we know the market's probably going to come back up here and balance it. So you can take a long from obviously here, close above, maybe wait for a retest. But even if you don't, I think there was a 3 minute. We'll see if there's a 3 minute retest. So there was a 3 minute retest if you got in here, and then you got the retest there. But if you see the 5 minute inverse target 32, which is the 15 minute FEG sitting here, and then you can get out, right? You get out because you don't know if we might just 50% back up and then to push back lower. But since liquidity's taken, if we end up inversing this, we know it's a good inverse as well, and we know we should deliver back up higher. So as soon as we close above here, what happens? We don't really get a good entry, right? You don't want to chase it up here, but if you notice, we had equal highs sitting up here, right? And then so obviously those would be a great target. If so we close over there, great target. 5 minute equal highs swept. And then if we notice one more thing, if we go clear back to here, let's see, these were at where were they here? There's hourly equal highs here at like 107 area. So from here to here, there's like equal highs as well. So I mean, it just gave us reason for the market to come back up, because we know how great and how fantastic draws and equal highs are on the market, right? So that's pretty much NQ. Going into tonight, we're gonna watch this hourly, right? We're gonna watch, see if maybe we get some kind of pullback. We don't have to. See if we just keep pushing up into 166. If anything's possible, maybe we come back down. We hit this. We tap into this hourly. So where would our 50% be? Our 50% would be way in the bottom of this hourly. So, and it also lines up with an hourly BPR here with this inverse as well. So I mean, we could get some kind of pullback. We don't have to go 50%, but it's just something that could be a target. We could come back down into here, tap into this hourly, and then go higher. If not, I mean, we don't have to. We could just go up and then hit this, and then maybe we come back down, and then come back through this hourly. So just kind of rambling now. Sorry guys. That's really NQ. Just watch, and then obviously if we inverse this hourly, we know where to look, right? This is going to be our daily high, our daily low. Inverse this, we know we're going down to 943. As long as we hold it, we're going up to 166. That's basic for NQ going into tomorrow. ES, I'll cover real quick here. ES, obviously hourly FVG as well. I do like these highs. You see how these are like smooth highs, right? Like I like how these are all sitting up here. We'll go with this one. So 48.23 is going to be a target, just because you notice these. Obviously we swept this high, but you got like high, and then this high all sitting here, and then even more, like these are also very nice highs. They haven't been swept. So I think ES is drawn up to 48.38. 48.23 is first target. 48.38 is the next target, as long as this hourly holds. So maybe get something like this, maybe a little 50% down after we sweep these highs and then up, or just straight up too. But either way, bullish going into tomorrow, as long as these hourlies hold in Asia and London tonight. If they don't, we might get bearish tomorrow. But based off the reaction today and coming back up for high today, the way we did with that displacement, just kind of tells me I think we go higher going into tomorrow. So with that, hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and we will see you tomorrow.